Hi guys, welcome everybody. And yeah, thank you for texting me, Nancy. I was actually going to change this live stream, but I'm so happy to see you guys just because some of you know I'm just getting over my third time of having COVID, and it was really, really bad this time. And I've just been really tired. But I'm happy to be here. So welcome, guys. Can you just let me know that you guys can hear me? Awesome. Oh, I think so. Hi, Gregory. How are you? Hi, Capricious TR. Oh, thank you. I'll take that compliment. Hi, DC Primetime. How's it going, girl? Miss you. Glad to see you. Hi, Kobe317. Nice to see you as well. Yes, Kelly is okay. Kelly's just been a little under the weather. I was out of work for 6 or 7 days, like work days. I can't remember ever being out of work that long. And it wasn't because it was like the policy, it's because I was that sick. But so that's why I've been away for a little while. Hi, Mia M. Welcome. How are you doing? Hi, Kevin, tummy ache survivor Bashnik. Oh, congratulations, Kevin. That's awesome. Thank you for the text message last night, too. I got it just as I was like laying down. I really appreciate that. Kevin was trying to cheer up my day knowing I was sick. Sis Fishes, how you doing, girl? Great to see you. And allegedly, how are you doing? Oh, thank you, allegedly. How's it going? Nice to see you. And I saw you on someone's panel. Alex Erickson's. When I was getting ready this morning, it just came on YouTube on my television. You did a great job. Let's see. And I'm going to go just a little further. Okay, so. Oh, you guys are so funny. Oh no, you guys, don't even with this emailing people back. I can't even tell you what my email accounts look like. The Watch the Obsession account, my personal email account, forget it. And I am always like super on top of work emails, work everything. I'm actually always ahead of the game. I am proud to say I'm an excellent employee and coworker. But right now I'm behind from being out so long. So I don't even want to hear about these emails, people. Just don't email me. I'm just kidding. I love hearing from you guys, but you get it. Okay, I'm going to play a little bit of this here. And what I want to talk about tonight is some research on a topic I had done over a year and a half ago. It was before I actually started this channel. The research that I did definitively answers a big question, and seriously, I'm not being sarcastic in any way here, that people have had pertaining to this case since this tragedy occurred in August of 2018. When I started the channel, I was like, there ain't no way I'm going to be touching that topic. And along the way, I thought about this information I had researched and learned because people were still asking this question. And I'm going to leave you in suspense for just a little bit. And I just didn't want to go there. But I just don't care. No, it's not even that I don't care now. That's the wrong way to say it. Coming back to that, let's take a look at this first.
All right, Cece, go.
Oops. Hey, where's the volume?
Back out there.
Mommy, I don't want to go back way out there.
You don't have to. Cece's having fun.
Hi, Princess Megan Allison. Nice to see you, honey.
This is what rain feels like.
Hi, Jacqueline. Welcome. Nice to see you. Hi, Mary.
Nice. It only lasts for like 2 seconds in Colorado. And then we get things that come out of the sky and beat you to death.
We actually get rain here.
It's called hail. Have fun? Are you having fun in the rain? It is, Ashley. It does rain a lot here, Sarah. You having fun, Cece? Your hair's all wet. Wait, let me zoom out. Was that fun? No, go back out there. Daddy's on here watching you.
Let me go get you a towel.
Is that fun? Did you have fun?
Did you play in the rain?
Are you playing in the rain?
You played in the rain. You got all wet.
Say hi, everybody.
Did you play in the rain?
Yeah, was it fun?
You got all wet too.
Bella kind of did.
Seriously, guys. Well, there's Bella being Bella. I'm sorry, but Bella, I think grew to be a sad child. She was a joyful baby. She was a sad toddler, in my opinion. And Bella, you're adorable too. Everyone knows how much I love Bella. But freaking, how adorable is Cece? Look at this child. Because a lot of this live stream is going to be about Cece.
Fun?
Did you play in the rain?
Are you playing in the rain?
You played in the rain. You got all wet.
Say hi, everybody.
Did you play in the rain?
Yeah, was it fun?
You got all wet too.
Bella kind of did. She didn't like it too much.
You didn't like it.
No.
It's fun playing in puddles.
I know. Cece was having a ball in it, right, Cece? Mm-hmm. You want to go back and do it again? You want to go inside, or do you want to play in the rain again?
What is that?
You want to go play? No, that's a bug. Yes, bugs the size of birds. Face. Oh, I'm on live. Do you want to go back out in the? You want to go back out one more time before? Go get the squirrel. Go get it.
Mommy, get him.
Go get him.
Mama, get him.
I'm not getting the squirrel. You go get him.
I can't catch no squirrel.
He's like a rabbit.
No, I can catch the squirrel very fast. You are very fast, but squirrels are fast.
So cute. Now, I just want to read a couple of these comments because you guys are making a good point that I want to touch on. So, just the general comments you guys are leaving. And hello to everybody that just joined. Nice to see you. Hi, Lala HK. Nice to see you. Welcome to Watch the Obsession Chat and Discussion. Nancy, you're the best. Nancy says, oh, Bella's so cute. And Justice A through Z. Hi, sweetheart. I'm not doing the Kylie Rodney live stream tonight. I'm going to do it tomorrow night. Just too tired. That one's going to take too much energy because it's a lot that I put together. Justice A through Z says those girls were way too cute. It's so flipping disgusting what was done to them. Absolutely. And please know that no matter what is said about any topic pertaining to this case, I fully believe in it is the official stance of this channel. If you disagree, that's okay. You can totally still be here. But I feel really strongly about this. Chris Watts is exactly where he should be in prison right now. I don't want anybody to ever get that confused. It's really important to me. And oh, trust me, people get that confused all the time. I hear about it every single day for sure. So just please let that be known. And then Sis says, what's Sis say? I liked one here. Just something about, Bella having that like wise beyond her years vibe. I totally agree. I love Bella. I know a lot of people have always loved Bella. I have such a soft spot in my heart for Bella. And Brenda, I'm so glad you're here. And thank you, Justice A through Z, for sending Brenda here. Colby 317 says, Shannon tried so hard to keep her marriage together. And Colby, I agree with you. Absolutely. Towards the end of the marriage, when it was falling apart, I do agree with that. I don't think she was ever trying to not keep her marriage together. I definitely think that she behaved in ways within her marriage that caused her marriage to, what does Chris Watts say in that speech he gives, deteriorate. Not that anyone is in a perfect relationship. Heck, I've never even been married because that's how good I am at relationships. So I don't stand in judgment. But, with all of the video footage we have of the family interacting, we kind of see what's going on. So Justice A through Z says Bella was scared, and she absolutely was. Let's see. And Princess Megan Elsa, her little sister's name was Celeste Catherine, and they called her Cece. And then Holly said, just kind of echoing what I was saying, it was too late by the time Shanann started trying. And yes, it was not to her fault. It's never too late to start trying to do the right thing and say something that matters to you, right? That's definitely on everybody in the relationship and those around them. Hi, Muffy Dragon Slayer. How are you doing? Great to see you, honey. Hi, Midge. Great to see you too. It's good to be back. Getting back to life slowly. This was an ass-kicking round of COVID. Not cool at all. Hi, Green Eyes. How are you doing? Nice to see you too, sweetheart. So Blondie for Life says, why does everybody say that Bella was wise beyond her years? I don't see it. And yes, she was scared of everything. Cece was the cutest, the funniest, the upbeat child. She was definitely with the program. I think personally the way I would respond to that just very briefly, and I have a long form response to it too, but I want to go into it this evening. I see that in Bella, particularly when she was a baby, like when Cece was really little, or even before Cece was born. Bella was a very joyful, soulful, expressive infant, young baby. As the very short period of time went on, because her life was tragically stolen from her when she was 4, that really changed. And I feel like there was a complete a shift in her being, her demeanor, her experience of life. And we'll touch on that a little more today. But, that's just my opinion. Oh no. Kids gave me hand, foot, and mouth. I'd like to know more about those symptoms. I remember my best friend had that one time. I'm sorry, that sounds terrible. Allegedly says, what's the obsession? Shanann did nothing wrong. She and those children were innocent. Tragedy, Chris and Nikki's plans. So tragic. I'm mad too. And Shanann did nothing as far as being culpable in the murder of her children or herself. Of course not. I do think that it's important as we look at this case to just be candid and have to the point discussions and look at the situation with honesty and transparency. And sometimes that requires bravery because, I think it was Sis Vicious, you brought up this point that we all see some of ourselves in Shanann. And I absolutely agree with that. Like everyone does. And you Shanann haters out there, I know, I get it. And I know I've had this battle with many of you. Or some of you, you're like, yeah, no, I still get that, but that's the truth. Okay, so yes, DC Primetime says Belle was a cautious child. She could read the room. I agree with that totally too. So all of you guys, my point was here, I want to read these comments because I love reading your comments. And also because you guys, I believe, have such a wonderfully kind of seemingly accurate and insightful view and perception and connection to these children, because the way you're describing them is how we see them when we see the pictures, when we see the video recordings of them at this very young age. Now, what I want to point out is that when we really look closely at these family dynamics and the most intimate and nuanced dynamics that were, the mechanisms that had the wheels turning that led to this terrible eventuality of an egregious, horrific, tragic crime, we also see something a little different about not only the children, but everybody else involved, right? So as this video goes on here, we see the day that, well, I'm going to watch this with Cindy Watts.
Mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed.
That means you too, Cece.
Oh, silly monkeys jumping on the bed. And one fell off and bumped his head. And Mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. One silly monkey. Silly monkey. One silly monkey.
Don't you do it, Papa. Go, Papa. Go, Papa. You got it, Papa. Thank you, Papa.
Okay, so as we watch this video of, I'm not sure if this was the day of CC celebration or right around the time of it, but soon we're going to go into some footage that is the day of CC celebration when they were in North Carolina, where they intended to be visiting both the Rusek family and the Watts family. How wonderful for these beautiful girls to get to spend so much time with their whole family, have all that love around them. There's one thing I think nearly everyone agrees on. Well, no, that's not true. I feel strongly about is that the grandparents, all four of them, absolutely loved and adored and would have done nearly anything for these children. They were wonderful, pillars of just love and strength and unconditional love and compassion, warmth and understanding in the lives of Bella and Celeste that they may not really have had in other places. And I think that can often be true of grandparents, right? The grandparents love them. They adored their grandparents. I think they all, in that dynamic, the grandparent-grandchild relationship, really wonderful relationships. And I just also want to say that both the Watts families and the Rusick families, I have always, my heart goes out to them. I pray as I've researched this case so intensely. I've cried for them. I pray for them all the time. I don't really have anything bad to say about either of those families. And I would definitely like to keep it that way in chat, please. So the question I'm asking here is Nutgate, right? Nutgate happened on July 8th of 2018. Yeah, a little COVID brain here, but I think that's right. It was just a little over a month before the tragic murders occurred. So when Nutgate happened, and for those of you who don't know what Nutgate is, I definitely am not going to give the full overview now, but on the first weekend that Shanann and Bella and Celeste were going to be staying with the Watts grandparents, Chris Watts' parents, in their home in North Carolina while they were in North Carolina for 6 weeks. So the story goes, Shanann, Bella, and Celeste arrived. Shanann wasn't happy with what was in the home, even though I feel badly for Cindy. They spent a lot of money on, new bedding, trampolines, games, a big dollhouse, all of these things to spoil their beautiful grandchildren so they could have like the best time. Apparently she had just gone shopping, grocery shopping, but when the guests arrived, what was in the kitchen wasn't like the right thing. So as the story goes, Cindy Watts said, all right, let's get in the car. We're going to go to Walmart, get you whatever you want. And that's exactly what she did. No one refutes that. So it wasn't too long after they get back to the house that same weekend that there's 2 other grandchildren involved, Chris's sisters, Jamie's children. But anyhow, it was always said that, or for a while it was said that Cece had an allergy to tree nuts, a severe allergy to tree nuts. And we're going to hear in just a couple of minutes how people characterize how severe that allergy was supposed to be according to Cece's parents. Like it was life-threatening, anaphylactic reaction, very bad, right? So back at the Watts grandparent ranch, Cece somehow gets near, or as my buddy, the skanky enchilada says, in the range of contamination of ice cream. And I'm talking about Nicole Kessinger, also known as the skanky enchilada. And this whole big blow up ensues where Shanann is very upset. Cindy reacts in a way that Shanann really does not like. Cindy says something like, well, you know, the girls really need to learn that they don't always get what they want. Now, I agree. Children do need to know that, learn that lesson. And I think that Cece particularly needed to learn that lesson. It's exemplified in her behavior that we see through the hours upon hours upon hours of footage of these kids either acting for the camera or just being kids in the Watts home, or the footage that was taken by Shanann, right? So that really upset Shanann that Cindy Watts said, you know, she needs to learn that she can't have everything she wants. This huge blowout fight ensued. Shanann called her dad to pick up her and the girls. Apparently, as the story goes, ended up screaming at Cindy Watts, left the house saying she would never step foot in that house again, and that they would no longer be able to see the grandchildren. From there, Shanann, of course, you know, blows up Chris. And we can look at some of the transcription in the discovery as to what she had to say to Chris is what he needs to do to fix this situation. He needs to call up his dad and tell him that this is fucking da 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 da. It caused a lot of really bad feelings and old wounds to escalate or be ripped open and exposed for further injury and infection at a very rapid rate. I think most people that know about Nutgate would agree with that statement, right? In my opinion, while Shanann and the girls were in North Carolina for another 5 weeks, and then Chris joined them for a week at the end of that, Bella and Celeste, in fact, did not see Ronnie Watts or Cindy Watts again. They did not get to see those grandparents. The grandparents did not get to see those grandchildren. And as we look at this video footage here of the girls enjoying their very first time at the beach in Myrtle Beach, North Carolina, or is it South? It's South Carolina. Myrtle Beach is in South Carolina. I'm sure of that. They would say North Carolina here, but it's South Carolina. Okay. Cindy and Ronnie had paid for a condo down there to spend the week with the grandkids and taking time off of work. And all of that was lost because they were no longer allowed to see their grandchildren because of Nutgate, because apparently Cindy Watts allowed Cece to be in a situation that actually put her life in jeopardy. That is not a hyperbolic statement of mine. That is a tame statement, paraphrase statement of what Shanann actually told her friends and family about how terrible that Nutgate instance was. So here's Cece and Bella with the Rusick side of the family only.
It's their first time, Catherine. They've never seen the ocean. What else called CCC?
No, it used to, huh? It's not like the other water, huh?
That's hilarious. Alright, you guys. We're gonna go and play with them a little bit. So she's starting to get brave.
All right. So let's see. I can't remember where the video was from there, honestly. Oops. Okay, so I took it down. So there we go. Let's see. Let me just check out a couple in chat here. Oh, I just put up the link for channel membership. If anyone's interested in joining, there's different levels of membership. We have some new emojis that I just put out, I think. Oh, no, they're going to be coming out tomorrow for members. There's all these cute, silly little perks with channel membership. The lowest level is $2.99 a month. So I just popped that link up for you guys if you're interested. Hi, Garden Girl. Welcome. How are you doing? This is a great statement, I think. Garden Girl says, I think Shanann took out all of her issues on Cindy that summer. They were on the verge of another bankruptcy. Chris wasn't happy about the pregnancy. Things were bad. I totally agree. And my God, poor Shanann being pregnant and knowing in her heart of her hearts that her husband was being unfaithful. You know, as I said, and I will be completely honest with how I view the family dynamics there. Not good. This Watts family was in crisis. And a huge part of the reason for telling and retelling these stories in a way that's hopefully relatable to viewers is so we can all understand when we find ourselves or we observe someone else we care about in a state of crisis where things can become very critical quickly. As I was just mentioning, how quickly this whole Nutgate incident caused the family dynamics to just blow to pieces. Not good. Chaos, mess, and casualty everywhere. I guess that wasn't a really good word there. I was trying to be metaphorical, but I'm sorry, you know what I mean. Just bad. When people are, in fact, in a state of crisis or relationships are in a state of crisis, the likelihood that tragic situation will escalate so quickly. At that point, an outsider will barely be able to intervene with the greatest honed skills and expertise. We don't want for ourselves or people we care about to ever get in that state. Examining these family dynamics, in my opinion, is a very important thing we can do to protect ourselves and the people around us, to ensure that we do our part to just look out for others. Life is hard. We really have to look out for each other and try to help each other if we see, you know, the person next to us is in this state of crisis, right? Muffy Dragon Slayer says, Cindy Watts seems lovely in my opinion, and I totally agree with that. Oh, what a wonderful name. Love is unconquerable. Welcome. Oh, I totally agree with you. So she's saying to Green Eye Bandit, I wouldn't be shocked at all. And I don't know about what. I didn't see the other comment. Nicole, the Skanky and Pinata is one of those psycho women that just has to win. And I'm sure gets a lot of enjoyment out of trying to control things. Totally agree with that. See. Oh, yeah, that's right. DC Primetime says, if you're interested in receiving gifts, please allow gifts when joining chat. Yeah. So, and this is something we're going to start to try to actively do. I know I've gifted some memberships. People can gift memberships to others now. I can finally gift memberships to people, which means, by the way, I'm going to be getting all the moderators a membership. That's something I'd wanted to do forever. And YouTube finally made that possible. So for yourself, if you want to be able to get a gift on the channel, you have to click allow gifts when joining the chat. How cool is that? Thank you so much, DC Primetime. You're awesome. Hi, Blind Fury. How are you? Aw, thank you, allegedly. You're awesome. Thank you so much. So a few moments ago, I read Garden Girl's comment, which I agreed with. And then Sis Vicious just replied to her. And I also really agree with this. Like, I think a lot of us can see all sides of this because we are watching this human being, Shanann, go through this very human experience. In my opinion, things might get more dramatic and dramatic than some people will ever experience in their lives, because some people just do not tend to be on the dramatic side of things. And I think that Shanann was on the dramatic side of things, but to some level, I think we really all relate. So Sis says, I agree, Garden Girl, but I also think Shanann overplayed her hand. Hate to say that and not to discount how upset she actually was, but I think she was expecting Chris to rise to her defense. Yeah, and in doing so, you know, and I don't think Shanann realized she was doing this, but this whole Nutgate instance really, it was very upsetting to me because, I mean, I'll just give you a personal story. I've been in, well, two long-term relationships with a person who I felt did to me to try to control me and our relationship, very similar to what I felt Shanann was doing to Chris. And that was to dictate how he was going to experience and relate to his own family, like the family that gave him life, that knew him for, 30 years before they got married, that she was trying to control that and not allow him to have that in his life. Now, what did Chris have? He moved out to Colorado. He had Shanann, right? He had Shanann. He had a giant house that was way more than he wanted or he needed. He said this a million times. He wasn't even comfortable in it. He was raised to be humble and to spend money wisely. And okay, so he had that. He had Shanann, and he had a big ass house that was too big, 5 bedrooms for Chris Watts and his new wife, who apparently wasn't supposed to be able to get pregnant because she had lupus. That's a lot of bedrooms for not even planning to have any babies, And then, of course, they had Bella, which you can tell was the love of his life. When you look at Chris interacting with Bella when she was a baby, in my opinion, that's all I see. Now, remember, I do think Chris ultimately turned out to be, I'm hesitant to use monster allegedly after hearing you on Alex Erickson's channel, but a monster. And then he had Cece, and he had a wonderful relationship with Cece. He was very close with Cece, so he had that. He had Shanann. He had his daughters. He had a house that was too big for him that he couldn't afford still. He was drowning in debt. He had a job that was not his chosen job. Let's not even get into that history, but he had a job. He went to work every day. He came home. By all accounts, he took care of the children. He got ready for work the next day. He went to bed. He got up, and he did it over again. Okay. Now, for some people, you might say, that's wonderful. Like, all I've ever wanted is a family and a home. And, all those things sound great. But when you just think of that existence, it really is very bare bones without a whole lot of warmth or enjoyment or soul substance to it, in my opinion. I could certainly imagine that he felt that way. And clearly he did, because look at what he did, right? So to take a person like that, who, clearly she loves and adores his father. He's always valued his relationship with his parents and his family, even though he didn't really show it by standing up for that relationship when Shanann and he first got married. But again, there's a lot of chaos to that story too. Point is, when he's finally making it back out to North Carolina from Colorado to see his family, to connect with his roots. I remember when I went to college or when I lived, I eventually moved back to my hometown 20 years after I lived in mostly Philadelphia. But when I would come home, it would really feed your soul. There is definitely that sense of, kind of plugging in, to being recharged, to getting back to your roots, all these wholesome good things that sustain the human spirit. So Shanann cut off that, line of sustenance for him. And again, I relate that to a couple long-term relationships I was in where I feel like people did that to me, and it was very hurtful. And, as a result, I knew to look for those kind of things that people would do to you that would indicate that they might try to take the most precious things away from your life. And I started to avoid them. So yeah, I do have some feelings about this, to the point that I got a little sidetracked here even. But let's see, I digress a little bit. Let's see. I will get back to this question. Hi, Double Rainbows. Welcome. How are you doing? Thank you so much for the super sticker, Holly. I really appreciate it. Thank you for supporting the channel, honey. It's always wonderful to have you here. Hi, Tanya Llewellyn. I'm glad you made it here too. That's awesome. Hi, Elizabeth. Welcome, sweetie. Glad you're here as well. True. Great point. Blame game never helps anyone. That's right. This is such a good point too. So, Double Rainbow says, keeping it real and keeping the discussion in balance. Double Rainbow says she's not the first person in the world that mistakenly deemed the answer to happiness is chasing the Joneses. Hell yeah, that is absolutely true. So we're going to get back to the nuts in a minute here. So Elizabeth Bridges says, Cindy Watts did not put nuts out. Anyone who believes Cindy Watts wanted to go harm the grandbabies is doing this woman a disservice. She did. I don't think she absolutely didn't want to harm the grandbabies. Hi, Felicia Bennett. How are you doing? Welcome. Aw, that's awesome. Only memberships I really want are yours and Justice A to Z. Love her too. Awesome, Felicia. Well, we can try to make that happen for you. That's really nice to hear. And I love Justice A through Z as well. She's been a guest on this channel before. She's also my friend, and her channel is doing really awesome. So proud of you, Justice A through Z, who also points out to everybody Chris was spineless and his mother was psychologically abusive to him. She's the one who planted the seed he sowed. Maybe. I mean, I don't know if I would go so far as psychologically abusive. We're all a little dysfunctional at our roots, right? I think both Shanann and Chris Watts had some things that happened in their childhood that screwed them up a little bit. I think they both could have used some good therapy as young adults and adults, like I believe most of us can, and neither of them sought those kind of things. As far as I can see, they weren't the kind of people who are really seeking out that deep kind of excavating of all of the, pollution and toxic substances that can kind of settle like deep in your being if you have gone through trauma or have been treated in a screwed up way and don't kind of like face it and handle it, right? But we could go on about any of these topics forever. Colby's asking, how do you allow gifts? I can't remember exactly how to do it. Colby, if anyone does know, if you can let others know, and I'll do this. If we don't have an answer for you today, guys, I will very soon, like by the end of this weekend, post to the community page of this channel exactly how you do it, okay? Aw, it is. It is heartwarming to watch kindness. I love that too. Yeah. Aw. Oh my God, thank you. Made my night. I'm at a pizza joint and screamed. Thank you, DC. What did you do to Holly? Aw, you must have gifted her membership. That's awesome. You're sweet. Thank you, DC. You're awesome. What a great girl. So is Holly. I love that. Oh, goodness. Hi, Shan. Welcome. How are you doing? Oh, yeah, girl. I've had COVID. Holy cow. Today was actually and then I went to work on Monday for the first time. I think I told you I took 6 or 7 days, work days off. Came home, my fever spiked back up to 103 after not having a fever. So I had to go to the doctor's the next day. I got a secondary kidney infection. Many of you know that I do have lupus. And I've talked about this before. For me, lupus really attacks my kidneys. So my kidneys are kind of vulnerable anyhow. And I heard that this strain of COVID is really hard on your kidneys. So this made perfect sense. So then I got the medication for the kidney infection and I do not feel well, but it's the first day I can say I'm feeling a little bit better. Oh, cool. Awesome. Glad you got it. Colby. Red light brightness. Did I lose my taste or smell? I was thinking about that. I think so, but I'm going to be honest. I lost 18 pounds. I'm not like I didn't have like 18 pounds to lose. I'll just say it how it is. I don't have a lot of extra to lose. And so I look really sickly right now, I feel like. So I honestly couldn't eat for 8 or 9 days, like literally couldn't eat. So I was just trying to do fluids. So I don't even think I noticed. I know all of my senses are dulled. I can say that. So it's bad. Okay, let me get back to the topic at hand. But thank you guys for caring and asking. So I'm just going to play this video for you. So a lot of questions have been asked that go something like this. Did that cute little Cece girl, did she really have, whoops, a tree nut allergy? Whoops. Or, why does it keep doing that? Hold just one. There we go. Okay. Or did, you know, some people have the opinion that Shanann was very focused on the girls' lack of health when there was lack of health in their lives. Oh, DC Primetime, you're amazing. She gifted 5 What's the Obsession memberships. You're awesome. So can people just grab them now? How does that go? Let me know if you know, DC. If you want to come up, I'll drop you the links. I really want people to know how to take advantage of that on this channel and other channels too that you want to be a member of. So I'm going to do that right now. There you go. Thank you very much, guys. And you know, I'm just going to be honest. I do think that Shanann, I'm just going to be honest. I think she manufactured some of their illnesses. I don't know if she did it intentionally or if it was, you know, part of her own kind of like psychology. Now, is she the first mother to do this? Nope. Am I going to label her as Munchausen's by proxy? No, I'm not, because I don't have that clinical skill and expertise anyhow. And I just wouldn't feel comfortable in doing so. What I do see from my perspective as a behavioral therapist, using the observation and evaluation skills that I do feel comfortable talking about, I do see that both Bella and Celeste were beginning to, or with Bella, had really, you know, gotten deep into the process of this learned behavior of acquiring the sort of attention that they were seeking through, you know, at times feigning weakness and I don't want to say feigning illness because I don't think they were so young, they weren't there yet, but they learned if you speak about symptoms of being sick, then that's going to be the best quality love and attention you're going to get within the house. Now, listen, in my opinion, I know some of you don't agree with me, but I feel extremely strong in that opinion I have. And we can definitely talk about it someday. Right now with this whole COVID thing, I just asked if you don't agree, that's cool. And you can totally say so. If you're not sure, maybe consider it and we can pick up that discussion at another time. Now, actually, before I show you the video that I'm intending tonight, let me just hop over to another one that I think really captures what I was just talking about. Okay, yikes. You know, watching this video makes me do that. I just took a deep breath. I went, okay, yikes. Some of these videos make me, I have like a real reaction to them. They make me extremely anxious and upset. Again, I'm just being honest about these things. Yeah, because I think there's reason to feel anxiety and upsettedness when watching these videos. I think that in this, we're going to find the best clip of what I'm looking for. Just one moment. Let's see. Whoops. Just give me 1 second. I don't want to go too crazy and go too far into this topic. So I'm just trying to keep it tempered. It's what what we're going to be looking at. And it's like, you know, I certainly respect everybody for being an intelligent person here. You guys are always, you know, bringing points to me that are just so insightful and intelligent, and, you know, just show that you're very aware of the human dynamic and observing these things and, you know, really thinking about them. So I don't want to try to change how anyone feels about any of these things. I really do not, especially today. All right. I didn't realize that Curious Rose is live right now too. Curious Rose, I'm going to direct everybody over to her after this. Oh, that's a bummer. You know what? She sent me a text message. I just didn't realize it was tonight. I don't like doing that. Oops. Sorry, got to wait a minute. Got to bring this into the stream. Sorry. Okay, so remember the point was the girls learned behavior that they were developing, I think, pretty quickly as to how to get the best quality of love and attention in their household, which was to be sick a lot of the times.
You say hi to everybody?
Hi, everybody.
Say, how are you?
How are you?
You tell them you're not feeling well?
I'm not feeling bad.
What's wrong?
I have a tummy ache.
Oh, you have a tummy ache now? What else?
My eyes hurt.
Your eyes hurt? And what else?
I'm dizzy.
You're dizzy. Well, you're awfully happy to be dizzy. Donna said, did you have a good birthday?
I have a good birthday.
No, did you have one? Did you have a good birthday? Did you get everything you wanted?
I had a good birthday.
She did have a great birthday. What are you doing?
Playing with the temperature.
Can we wipe your nose real quick?
Playing with the temperature.
You're making everyone busy. You're moving so fast.
I have the temperature.
Hi, Lauren.
What is your temperature?
For playing.
Hi, Julie.
All right. Do you want to sing Holly Jolly for everyone and make everyone's day happier?
Yeah.
Let's do it. I'll get you hair clips. Come on, ready?
Hi, Debbie. How you doing,
Okay.
sweetie?
You guys ready for Bella sing happy, a Holly Jolly Christmas? Throw the hearts up if you want to hear Bella sing Holly Jolly.
Hi, Hot Ham Radio. How you doing? Nice to see ya.
Watch, when you see the hearts come up, that
Hey,
means they want
Ara.
you to sing it. You ready? You watching for them? They're going to come. Watch, I promise. See, there's the hearts. Do you see the hearts? All right, you ready? Go ahead, sing it. Have a holly. No, give me this. And then we'll go bye-byes and I'll get you your surprise. Ready? Okay, sing it loud.
Have a holly jolly Christmas.
It's the best time of
the year. I don't know.
if there'll be snow. Sing louder.
Well, you know, I'm just going to bring it. So Sebastian Mitchell says rectal temps and lots of Tylenol. Well, that was true. I mean, you can even see the way when I first posted this video, this was one of the first videos I posted. I thought Belle was just cute the way she was singing. I did not realize a lot of what was going on here. You can see the way she's playing with this thermometer. And, you know, the part of this video that I did not put into this little clip was that, you know, she keeps asking Shanann to take her temperature. Shanann says, take the temperature of the baby. She throws the baby on the ground. Here comes the thermometer going, you know, in the baby's rectum. You know, she, in my opinion, was a little preoccupied with the action of taking her temperature with a rectal thermometer in her rectum. I'm sorry. There is a lot of photo and video evidence of this. Going to clear this topic now. Moving on. So you see what the point was here was that Bella, you know, is learning if I have these symptoms, then I'm going to get this kind of love and attention and these hair clips, right? See you then.
You tell them you're not feeling
Oops.
well?
I'm not feeling well.
What's wrong?
I have a tummy ache.
Oh, you have a tummy ache now? What else?
My eyes hurt.
Your eyes hurt? And what else?
I'm dizzy.
You're dizzy. Well, you're awfully happy to be dizzy. Donna said, did you have a good birthday?
I have a good birthday.
No, did you have one?
See, she's saying, I'm dizzy. This hurts. And she's getting this attention that's desirable from her mother because it's not, Bella, do this. Bella, don't do this. Bella, say hi to the camera. Bella, so this for Bella is really high quality attention. So that's all I'm going to say about that today. But I hope that I'm making the point I'm trying to make here. All right, so back to the intended. Yes, and the Kylie Rodney live stream is going to be tomorrow evening at 9. I was going to do it tonight, but again, it's a lot that I've been putting together, and I want to do a few more things to really bring it home, because the last couple live streams when I haven't been feeling well, I have not been doing that. They've been mostly just to chat, but I do have some things that need to be brought home, and I think you're going to agree. So I don't want to keep talking about it without delivery. So hopefully tomorrow I will be feeling well enough to deliver for you guys. All right. Oh, I made that private, so now I got to go fetch it in another place. Oh, DC, I'm sorry, you're backstage. Jeez, let me go get you. Oh, DC prime time. Welcome, honey. How you doing? Oop. You there, girl? Oh, she's muted.
Sorry. I wasn't ready.
That's okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I know. How you doing? Nice to see you, honey.
I'm good. I just wanted to let everyone know that if they would like to receive gifts in the chat, when they first join the chat, it'll give you an option, and most people kind of click it like right away without reading it, because that's what I did the first few times.
Ah, okay,
cool. But it says, would you like to allow free gifts? And that's basically what it is. You can be used in membership.
Oops.
Free gifts. Free gifts. It's not a scam.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's definitely not a scam. And I'm so happy that YouTube is doing that, because, people, like when I first started this channel and I could do channel memberships, people, it's $2.99 a month, but people would come to me and they'd be upset saying, oh, they couldn't afford it. So I would just pay for their memberships, like in my own. It was kind of complicated the way I needed to do it. And of course, then that would mean that I was just, YouTube was getting all the money, which was fine. It wasn't a big deal. I was happy to do this for people. When I stopped being so happy about it was when I would see that these people would join as a member on another channel and another channel. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm being scammed a little bit here, or not necessarily scammed, but kind of like it felt like taken advantage of. So it didn't feel like something I wanted to continue doing, because I felt taken advantage of, and then people would hear me having these conversations with people. Oh, well, I'll give you a free membership then. And then they would see them in the same, Watts or true crime community joining up as a new membership on another channel where it's way more expensive. And I was just like, okay, well, this is just like not cool. So YouTube finally has created a way where you can gift memberships in a way that makes sense. So that's amazing.
And just so everyone knows, you cannot choose the recipient of your gift. It's completely random. So whoever allows gifts, and it has to be a member that gives the gifts away. You can't give gifts if you're not a member already.
That's right. So, okay, cool. These are really important things. Okay. But if you are gifted, if you're gifted a membership and you wanted to pay it forward again on this channel or any other channel, you can then do that, because you will then be a member of that channel, right? So that's really cool.
Exactly.
That's
and you
awesome.
Have to be, you can't be on that phone. I can't do it from my iPhone. You have to be like on a laptop too. So I just wanted to let you know, if you're a member of a channel and you'd like to give a gift, it is completely random and it's just kind of a nice thing to do. Why not? And happy
Yeah,
birthday, Green
awesome.
Eyes. It was her
Happy birthday,
birthday
Green
on the 5th.
Eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, happy birthday to you. Cha cha cha. Happy birthday to you. Oh, I might have some good music actually. My son's birthday was yesterday. I'll see if I can find it.
Oh, happy birthday,
So,
baby,
yeah.
Mr. Kelly.
That's right.
He's kind of like a real life person now. My gosh,
I
my oldest is
know.
that age, so it's
Oh
like,
my
wow, when
gosh.
did you turn into like a person instead of just like a not that they're not people, but
No, I know
they
what
have
you
their own
mean.
they
Their
have their own
total own
opinions, and
identity.
they're like,
Yes,
yeah, they're
yes.
just like, yeah,
Yep, that's
I don't agree
right.
with that, mom, and yeah, they'll like,
You're
give you
like,
a run for your money at
what?
that age.
You're like, but once upon a time, you thought everything I said was like gospel. It's kind of a weird thing.
Blind Fury, no mentioning illicit drugs in the chat, please. I'm sorry. I'm gonna
Oh
have to
boy.
remove. Sorry.
But it was funny though. I will admit. I just saw
It was funny,
that.
but we can't get the
No,
YouTubes mad at Kelly because
that's right.
it's
No,
not
that.
Kelly, it's not us, it's the tubes, and we
Yep.
have
No,
to
yes.
respect the rules. So
And
thank you
thank
guys. It
you.
was funny.
Yes, thank you, DC Prime Time. I really do appreciate that because sometimes I'll forget that YouTube is always looking over me. But that is true, guys. It's not that I or any of the moderators are trying to be uptight or anything. It's that, you can get in big YouTube trouble for there's a list of things you absolutely positively cannot do on your channel, and discussion of illicit drugs is one of them. So just so you know, that might be what's going on. So
And Sky, if it's legal in your state, then I'm not going to remove that one. It's a gray area, although it is still federally prohibited. But anyway, I just wanted to mention that about the gifting memberships. Again,
you're
you
so
have to be a
funny.
member to gift the memberships, and it is random to the recipients. You have to be on a laptop. You can't do it from your phone. And if you'd like to receive a membership on any channel, remember to click allow gifts when you're entering the chat. And that's pretty much it.
Awesome. See,
All right.
here at Watts the Obsession, you get all this amazing free advice and possibly free memberships from all kinds of sources. Let's give a hand for DC Primetime. She
Yay.
is amazing.
And you guys, don't forget to hit the like. I'll talk to you later, Kelly. Have a good
Awesome.
night.
Thank you, honey. You're the best. Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Okay. So without any further ado, because I'm seeing people drop out here, so I'm just talking about silliness. Sorry, guys. I did get off track. With 111 in chat, like 111-minute phone call. Oh my gosh, that's so crazy. And welcome to the membership family, Marjorie Brody. Sorry, I have to get really close to my screen to see your last name. Welcome. It's really great to have you. All right, so now I'm going to play this video. And this is big. It's big.
Who wants to with her? Don't take her away.
I'm not taking her away.
Whoa! Don't take me.
Hi guys, welcome back to Watts the Obsession. So let's talk about CC Watts' apparent nut allergy. For those of you who have followed the case, much had to do with CC's nut allergy, including the infamous event, Nutgate, that happened on July 8th of 2017, just about a month before the tragic Watts family murders. And that event in itself, which we're not going to get into in this video, may have been pivotal, critical in the eventual outcome of this family in crisis tragedy. What this video today seeks to do and will do is to demystify one thing. Were there nuts contained in the pro bars that CC Watts was eating on camera? She actually ate these pro bars while being video recorded by Shanann several times, and we know exactly what kind of pro bars CC was eating because she told everyone, Shanann told everyone, the package was there, the box was there, the pro bars were there. The child eating the pro bars were video recorded. So here's a little Watts trivia question for you guys. What was Celeste Watt's favorite flavor of Lavelle's Thrive Pro Bar? Okay, does anyone know the answer? What was Celeste Watt's favorite flavor of the Thrive Pro Bars? I'll give you the options. There is like lemon meringue, cinnamon bun, birthday cake, and cookies and cream. Which one was Cece's favorite? Birthday, 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 birthday. Oh, I love that. Kristen Parks says it right. Birthday, birthday. Yes. Birthday, birthday. You guys are so funny. Well, let's hear who's right. Cece's going to tell us. Tick, 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 tick. Or maybe ding, 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 ding. She's going to tell you herself.
Lemon meringue. What's your favorite, Cece?
Birthday, birthday.
Birthday, birthday? Mommy's favorite. What's your favorite? The cookies and cream?
Yes, that's right. Cece Watts liked birthday, birthday. Aw, check you all out. You know your spirit of Cece very well. Good job. Her birthday cake pro bars the best. So let's just take a look at what was going on in those birthday cake pro bars. And let's answer the question once and for all. Were there nuts in those pro bars?
Snack Mommy has.
Pro bars. Pro bars.
Pro bars?
Yeah.
Pro bars. Do you guys love Pro bars?
Yeah.
Okay, let me break it up. What kind is this one?
Blue.
Blue? That's right. What kind though?
Apple on this.
What flavor is this one?
Chocolate.
No. Is it birthday cake?
Birthday cake.
Birthday cake.
Mm-hmm. It is important to know that Lavelle Thrive. Okay, now this is really important to know. So, what have we established so far, my friends? We have established that we have seen Cece Watts eating a variety of different flavors of Pro Bar on camera. In fact, while Shanann was promoting the Thrive Pro Bars when they were a new product, she had her family do taste testing and recorded it live. The most unfortunate video being the cinnamon bun one. And guys, we're not even going to talk about that, okay? Because ixnay on the Inneminson bun A, or however you'd say that. And we saw Cece try the cinnamon bun, the lemon meringue, the birthday cake, or the birthday, and the cookies and cream. And her favorite is the birthday. So birthday cake. And we see her eating the birthday cake pro bars time and time again. Now, remember, this information that I'm about to share with you is the information that I had researched over a year and a half ago before this channel started. I was really into this case. I was finishing up grad school. I was actually doing some of my grad school work based on the family dynamics in this case because my master's degree was in the field of behavioral analysis. See how this all comes full circle? Yeah. So I got my answer. I felt I got my definitive answer. I really researched it because you all know how I like my pie graphs and whatnot. Pie charts, I mean. But and any kind of graph really is exciting for me. So, I started my channel. I knew that this topic was a big topic of discussion. This question was frequently asked. Was Cece Watts really allergic to tree nuts? Because there was suspicion that she was not for many reasons. And whether yes or no, did those Thrive Pro bars contain tree nuts? Now, as I shared with you before, maybe the first year of my channel, especially, definitely at first, I was like, hellza, noza. I am not going to be the channel to put this information out there into the streets of YouTube. Not on Watts Island with its gangstas and whatnot, But I think this is important to tell the story for what it is. So here we go. This information is accurate. I will say that with 100% certainty. And I say nothing with 100% certainty. it is important to know that Lavelle Thrive changed the formulation for some of the Pro Bar flavors in 2021, including cookies and cream and the lemon Pro Bars. Lavelle Thrive brand did not change the formulation for the birthday cake Pro Bar. I didn't see your comment, can't think of one, but I definitely will address that in a second though. And thank you very, very much. Gotcha. Thank you very much. Since they were first introduced. So the formulation and the ingredients have remained the same since Lavelle rolled out that flavor of product in 2018. As you can see here, the birthday cake flavored Pro Bars do contain nuts, and in fact, there is an allergy warning on the box saying that they contain milk, soy, and tree nuts. I know the people that watch this channel are very intelligent. I will let you make your own conclusions. Do you believe that Celeste Watts was really allergic to tree nuts? And if she was not, wow, guys, the implications. Nutgate. And what about this? What about the psychological trauma that Bella went through, obsessing over her sister's allergy to tree nuts or coconuts, or she wasn't sure exactly what. She just knew. She was told if her sister ate this certain food, she wouldn't be with her the next day. She wouldn't be able to play with her anymore, as the babysitter says here in this interview.
So the girls are 3 and 4, but do they talk with you a lot?
Yes, they're very
They're
talkative.
very talkative?
Yes.
Okay. So did they tell you anything that was happening? Was there anything that was concerning that you heard?
Bella she sat by me and she was really concerned. Her little sister fell asleep before her, so she sat on the couch with me for a while, and she actually told me something. She said, "Can I ask you something?" And I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "My little sister has, like, she told me if she eats coconut, she'll never be able to see her again." So I'm guessing that the littlest one has a severe allergy, and that's what they told her, that if she eats that, she'll never be able to see her again. And she was really upset by that.
Bella was?
Yeah.
And so if Cece ate coconut, she would potentially
Yeah,
die.
I know she has a tree nut allergy, but I never heard coconut. So I wonder if they just, I don't know where she got
So
coconut.
Cece has a tree nut allergy?
Yeah, like a severe one.
It is with us. Sissy in bed. It's Sissy. Oh, I'll stay with her. Don't take her away.
I'm not taking her away.
Whoa! Look at me.
Be nice to Cece.
Okay.
Now tried to escape, but was confronted by another who sought the earth. A demon of earth and fire. Now he was struck from the sky, never to be seen again. His magical fish hook and the heart of the Iki
Rubbing her back.
to the sea. Where even now, 1,000 years later, Hekar and the demons of the deep still hunt for the heart, hiding in a darkness that will continue to spread, chasing away our fish, raining the light from island after island, until every one of us is devoured by the bloodthirsty jaws of inescapable death. will be found by someone who will journey beyond our reef, find Maui, deliver him across the great ocean to restore Tiffany and save us all. Oh, thank you, Mother. That's enough. No one goes outside the reef. We are safe here. There is no darkness. There are no monsters.
Okay. So there's that. Now, let's see, hold it. Let me get to chat here. Hey, FN, welcome. How you doing? Hi, Lauren. Welcome. How you doing, sweetheart? Lauren says Bella seemed to be playing the mommy role. Yeah, and you know, yeah, she wasn't a mommy. She was a baby. Gregory says that was controlling, manipulating behavior. I think you're just talking about this in general, and I think it is. So I know. What do you guys think of this? Here, I'm going to drop the link. If anybody wants to come up a panel, I'll be ending the live stream in probably about 20 minutes because of, the COVID. I got to get a good night of sleep because I really need to recover from this. But if anyone would like to come up on panel, I would love for you to come up. Now, I just want to share with you a couple things. Where'd all those things go? Let's see here. Okay, so see, I was just looking for some of this information. I can't find it in my files because I think I know I spoke about in the live stream when my computer was hacked into about 3 weeks ago. I think as a result of the Kylie Rodney case. Ironically, it was the worst, most catastrophic hack I've ever had happen to my computer. My files that were corrupted to the point of destruction or missing were all Watts files. Isn't that interesting? I don't know what to think about that, but now, okay, so to that point, I'm going to be sharing with you a couple visuals, a couple clips, information that I can't find in my own files from True Crime Rocket Science. Really wonderful channel. In fact, True Crime Rocket Science was the first channel I ever watched that covered the Watts case, not even realizing I was on YouTube. I got to link by some other means. This was obviously before I had my channel. I had really no idea what YouTube was about. Never dreamed in a million years I could actually start a channel. Oh my God. But good channel. So here we have, let me just make sure I'm sharing the right thing. I'll make that bigger too. See if I can expand a little bit. So why is all of this relevant? I think there's a lot of obvious reasons, but just in case you're not sure, you're just saying, oh, is she just being nasty or, whatever. And I assure you that's not the case. But if you don't know me or the channel, you might wonder, and that's okay. That's normal. So on July 9th, the day after the Nutgate event occurred, this is a post from Shanann on Facebook. I need to vent to people who understand. My 2.5-year-old is severely anaphylactic to most all tree nuts, and we are visiting in-laws. I specifically said we can't have them in the house when we stay. My mother-in-law stated we don't buy them. I specifically mentioned the ones she is deathly anaphylactic to as well. I arrived and on the floor shelf of, whoops, I hate when that happens. Just one sec. Uh-oh, I think I went the wrong way. All right. I don't have a mouse. I'm just using the mouse pad here, which is really annoying. Sorry. Okay. I arrived, and on the floor of her center island was a big bag of pistachios. Big, bad one. I removed immediately. Today, she lets her other granddaughter eat an ice cream that has all tree nuts in front of, and I'm sorry, this is hard to read. This isn't like very like well put together English. I know she was upset, but it's like really broken. It's hard to read. And next to my 2.5-year-old that can't have them, I said I didn't appreciate it, and she removed my daughter. Her response was she has to learn she can't always get what she wants. I'm beyond furious, and she's telling me I'm overreacting when my child's life is at risk. Okay, well, I don't know what you guys think, but I think she's definitely overreacting. Now, remember, she was pregnant. I remember what pregnancy was like. That first part of pregnancy, especially with all of those hormones, I didn't feel stable at all. And I'm usually relatively stable compared to most of my female friends at that age, especially. And so that's fine. People overreact. But if you add in the possibility, the guys, I'm just suggesting, I'm telling you, I believe is great probability. I'm going to go with fact that Celeste was not anaphylactically allergic to tree nuts. She may not have been allergic at all. If you were to factor that into the equation, then this is just some really crazy shit. I mean, I don't know how else to say it, guys. It just is. Let's see. Oh gosh, Cheyenne hits on the baby wise. Well, gosh, I ended up doing it was 7-hour live stream. It wasn't intended to be a couple months ago. Just so happens that another creator, myself, my friend Tabitha Jane, had finally said over the same like 2-week period. I took a little break from YouTube, not because I was sick that time, just because starting a new job, just had some things to do, needed to take a break. I decided I was going to finally read the Baby Wise books, what I could find of the firsthand literature as a primary source myself, because I just kept hearing all of this about Baby Wise, and I realized I don't really take anything for granted. I try to question and look into everything, and I haven't even read the damn Baby Wise books. I was like, well, what are you doing, Kelly? Come on now. Well, Tabitha Jane did the same thing. After we read those books, guys, we were both shocked to learn that the Baby Wise techniques that were being so highly touted in the Watts household were intended for infants. We're talking up to like it was a year or 18 months in age. Some of the techniques that they were continuing to, employ in their household when the girls were 3 and 4 were recommended for babies only up to 3 months of age. This is a whole different topic. I don't really even want to broach right now, but I just needed to say that. Hi, Molson man. How you doing? Yeah, Double Rainbow says, Shanann shouldn't have aired this publicly in front of the entire world. I mean, I definitely think that that was at play. Let's see. Okay, continuing down this with this information here. So you see, I'm just going to read another post. You know, you see, this just got heated. These are just little excerpts. Shanann says, and to say my daughter needs to learn she can't always get what she wants, fuck you. You are teasing my kids. A toy at a store, fine. But letting a little girl eat ice cream in front of her 5 inches away, you know, well, yeah, man. If she has an anaphylactic allergy to ingredients in ice cream, she better learn that she can't always get what she wants. And if I'm the mom of that child or anyone who has any influence in that child's life or cares about that child in any way, I'm going to want them to learn that lesson as well, don't you think? And as I said earlier, and yeah, I'm being very opinionated tonight, and you know, woo, Cece absolutely positively needed to learn boundaries. That child was going to be on a very poor behavioral trajectory. I am saying, as a behavioral therapist and analyst, if something drastic did not happen soon, I can assure you of that one. Shanann says, oh, I bit my tongue because my kids are little, but this is the last time my kids step foot in her house. Well, according to others, the tongue was not bitten, but who knows? I wasn't there, right? Then Shanann says, she refuses to read labels. I gave a list of pre-approved foods since she insisted on getting before we arrived and name brands of the items that were safe and she liked. Got none of them. So that's why when Shanann and the girls arrived at the Watts grandparents' house, she rejected everything Cindy had bought and they had to go back out to Walmart where Cindy, you know, got her several $100s worth of a grocery cart. Okay. So now we look at, okay, so here's a picture that True Crime Rocket Science has pictured. So he notes that in the autopsy report, it is noted several times based on verbally reported medical history that the decedent, in reference to Cece, is a 3-year-old Caucasian female who has a medical history of significant peanut allergies. And again, the creator of True Crime Rocket Science notes that is noted several times within the autopsy itself, yet, well, he says exactly, this is repeatedly stressed. There we go. In the autopsy report, meanwhile, Shanann took this photo of a jar of Jif cream peanut butter in her own kitchen. That is true. That's from Shanann's Facebook. That is Shanann's kitchen. So, you know, coming straight from the Watts case discovery. So this is a narrative from CBI's agent Tammy Lee. Celeste celebrated her birthday in North Carolina a few days after July 17th, and the parents did not attend after Shanann made the post on Facebook about nut allergies. Shanann said the post wasn't directed at anyone in particular, but Shanann had mentioned a method to the madness. Shanann was convinced that Chris Watts' mother tried to kill their daughter by putting nuts in front of Celeste. His mother felt like Celeste took Celeste's allergies in a not serious way. After the incident with the nut allergy and Celeste, he didn't speak to his parents until August 6, 2018. His parents said they weren't sure if they could ever forgive Shanann. I honestly don't blame them for that one. His parents asked if he had someone else because they saw him, Chris Watts, texting someone who was Kessinger the entire time he's in North Carolina. Shanann told Chris Watts that he was not allowed to call or talk to or see his parents. Chris Watts' dad was his hero, and he felt like he lost him because he wasn't able to talk to him for that 3 weeks or see him while he was in Colorado until one night he actually kind of snuck out and did. His father took the entire week off when they were in North Carolina, but Shanann booked them for 5 days at the beach instead. He felt like Celeste and Bella's lives was caused by an anger with Shanann that he took out on everyone in front of him that morning. He had never been angry like that before. It was the epitome of anger. Again, these are notes from Tammy Lee in the Discovery about Chris Watts. It goes on to say, and guys, I'm reading this because I'm pointing out why Nutgate and this whole, issue of whether Cece really did have anaphylactic peanut allergies or tree nut allergies at all is so pivotal, because this event, Nutgate, really set off the firestorm. So it says he was angry with Shanann over separating him from his family. When he and Shanann got married, he told his family he didn't need them anymore because he had Shanann. He cussed his mother out and did things to his family that he never thought he would do. Now, again, here I say to this, Chris Watts, come on, you're a grown fucking man. Like, take care of your own business, and shame on you for ever treating your family like that. Tammy Lee says about Chris, he is not sure if Shanann coached him or not, referring to how he treated his family. He was angry since July of 2018 when Shanann told him his parents could never see their granddaughters again. And then here's a quote from Chris. I don't know if that had something to do with it. That something inside me just triggered. It triggered it, and then it, just like all that pent up from the wedding and everything else, it's like a long fuse, finally just went to its end. And I can see it going down that way in his mind. Oh, look, I have guest panelists. Everybody, please welcome, drum roll, Allegedly, and DC Primetime, two of Watts the Obsession's favorites. How are you guys doing?
Hello, hello.
Hello. Birthday.
Oh, same time.
How's it going? So let me get Allegedly introduced first, since we had the delight of having DC on a couple minutes ago, and then I'll circle back to you, DC. Allegedly, what's on your mind?
Oh, not much. I just saw the panel go up, so I figured I'd hop in. And, I did mention something in chat about Munchausen by proxy.
Uh-huh.
This really sounds like one of those mild cases, not the extreme ones where they go all out, but
like actually do things to poison their children to make them sick. That would be the extreme.
Exactly.
Case. Yeah.
The more minor ones are just people saying that their kids have, like my ex, for example, when she came, she's like, he has ADHD. And I was like, oh, so I thought that I would have to, do things to accommodate that. Turns out the kid was bright as hell. Like he was 2 years old, smart as anything. Like he knew how to do pretty much anything a 2 to 5 year old could do, except speak like extremely clearly. But she would go to different doctors every week. She'd be like, you're wrong. He has ADHD. You're wrong. Mm. And she would keep going to doctors until one said, he could be on the spectrum. Let's check. And she was like, fine. And the first round of tests, she's like, I don't like this doctor because he was just saying your son is smart.
Yeah. Wow.
But I think she had a mild case of it. And more than likely, she just didn't want Chris to have accessibility, because we know from Chris's dad that he told him way before anybody found out about Nikki. So when you think about that, Shanann probably went through his phone, saw the messages between him and his dad, and was just like, I think there's somebody else. She didn't maybe know who it was or exactly. So she was just trying to lock down the situation, which I'm guilty of. I'll be 100% honest. There are countless occasions, like I've said in the past, where you can tell. They hug you differently. They kiss you differently. When you go to hold their hand, they do something weird that they never did with you before. Like,
Mm-hmm.
grab two of your fingers and they go, "Oh, my bad. I totally missed." And I'm like, "What?" So when you start seeing those things, you start asking questions. "Oh, wait, are you broke? Wait, I thought you worked tremendous amounts of overtime last week." "Yeah, something's wrong with my paycheck." "Really?" So for the past month, there's been something wrong with your paychecks, though you're working overtime all the time. You start
Right.
asking those questions, and then you say, "Well, if you're at work, I'll come pick you up." "No, that's fine. I got out early and I'm on my way." "Really? But you
Yeah.
were there working and you have no money. You're broke." So I think she started picking up on the call signs.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Totally.
I think when she said that, they have allergies, it was her way of saying, "Hey, you're not going to give my kids stuff that I don't want them to have. So I'm going to give you a reason." You know how, like, some parents, they don't want their kids eating chocolate because they get too hyper. So they'll say,
Yeah.
"Oh, he can't have chocolate. He's got this allergy."
Right. Well, I think
It,
it goes a little deeper than that, but I'll go ahead.
oh, no, I'm just saying that could
Yeah.
be one of the reasons
Yeah.
why she did it. I mean, when you think about it, throughout all of her other posts, you didn't really
Mhm.
see any of that come up. But
Well, I'll tell you.
suddenly,
Okay, I'm going to tell you when this
Mhm.
suddenly is. I'm sorry. I think I got
No,
this
go
figured
ahead.
out. Sorry, but I going along with what you're saying. Gosh, I'm just being so honest. And I know this is just how I see it, guys. I mean, you don't have to agree with me, but I mean, I've matched up these timelines. I've, especially recently put out some videos. There's a lot that I've done that I haven't even put videos out about because I don't want to because I know what it's going to look like. It's going to be perceived as shenan bashing, and that's not the intention at all. I've all told you what my intention is, and you believe it or not.
Well, just to
So
interject, no matter what you say, isn't shenan bashing. It's not. I mean,
no,
you're
no,
coming up
no,
with the
no.
realism behind who she is, and
Yeah.
so yeah, go for it.
Yeah. So I believe that this tree nut allergy, it's ironic that, I believe I fully kind of caught the lie red-handed with Cece eating the birthday cake. And there's another of the cinnamon bun pro bar, same things, also had the tree nuts in them. And there was only a short time where those both went to a temporary factory where they were formulated or manufactured or whatever, because it's not real food, it's manufactured food in a different location for some like financial or business structure reasons having to do with Lavelle. That addresses what you're talking about. Can't think of one, but it was like literally a super short period of time with a very low quantity of actual products produced. We can go back to that another time and I can show you all that literature and those statistics. I don't want to get that too much into all that muck tonight because I do have to go to bed pretty soon. But like many of the things that came up that were big themes and issues and featured in Facebook posts or Facebook videos about the girls, the reason that they existed, or you could say perhaps, and I don't really know which one it is. I wasn't there. I don't know these intimate details firsthand. The reason that things were couched the way that they were was an effort to sell Thrive. I do believe that Shanann incorrectly heard some information about the Pro Bars, that there was going to be absolutely no tree nut products, that they were going to be like tree nut allergy friendly products, because those rumors did exist. You can go back and look at the Lavelle posts, and I'll bring these out in time to come. It was just that this is a lot. This is a big cache of information I have about this that I just haven't put out there for said reasons. And people were definitely under that impression. So Shanann, this is how I think it went down. She was like, "Oh wow, Lavelle's putting out these products, these Pro Bars, and they're like totally tree nut allergy friendly. Wow, that's like a big kind of corner of the market. There's not a whole lot of products that do that. At least, oh my gosh, and these products are Lavelle Thrive products that I can sell to, continue my job being an MLM sales consultant, living the lifestyle that I want to live and, trying to do this. So how cool is that? Now, listen, and I know this from experience in MLMs, what you're trained to do is tell a story that features the most sellable points of the products. So now all of a sudden, and the timing lines up perfectly, the story is that Cece has anaphylactic level allergy to tree nuts. How convenient. Just in time for Thrive to start rolling out their what Shanann believed to be completely tree nut allergy friendly products. How about that? What do you think, DC?
Well, okay. I'm glad you got my comment posted there. Because I kind of wanted to circle back to what allegedly had said about Munchausen,
Uh-huh.
because it's kind of a sensitive subject for me.
Yeah.
And I really do love Shanann and the girls, and my heart goes out to them. But I did want to mention this, that I do believe that she garnered a lot of attention
Mm-hmm.
for these illnesses. And please don't come for me. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just
No,
gonna
it's-
say it. I'm calling it as I see it. But I believe that, she had her friends and her family come stay with her to help her. It's just it's a lot to consider.
Yeah, it is, DC. And I really appreciate your being candid about that. And I look at it the exact same way. And there's a huge part of me, my mind and my heart, that wants to reject that term, anything that's even like it, even going down this road with this topic. And believe me, that is the truth. Talking about this has done no favors for my channel. It has not. But I feel like I need to be true to what I know to be true. And also just, doing what I do, which is to support and help
Yes.
protect and nurture children. And I believe what you said right now is exactly accurate.
And of course she did not deserve to get murdered.
Of
Nobody is
course
saying
not.
that here.
No.
But if we're looking at it in just the scope of her lifetime, I believe that may have been a pattern for her
Mm-hmm.
to try to get people to help, because I think that she was overwhelmed, and I can relate to that.
Yeah, I can
So-
too. Yeah.
And I don't think she was getting help from the husband, quote unquote. I don't think she was. I mean, he did help her a little bit, but he worked long hours too, and he was just kind of there, like, playing the motions. I don't think that he was like really into it. I don't know. Like, I don't see like a person. Please don't come for me about this either,
No,
y'all.
it's okay. I
I
know
feel-
how you feel though. I know how you feel. I'm feeling like
I
you have to
don't
say
feel
that.
I don't feel like he was like her, like he was like on board with a lot of the stuff, and she had to
No.
take the reins on a lot of things. And I think she was overwhelmed, and she probably recognized his incapability or unwillingness to kind of meet her with her goals and her vision, and he was just kind of going along with it and going through the motions. I don't
That's
know.
right. That's right. I think that, she did find like this perfect partner for her insofar as she did have a very strong personality. And I do think that was a strength of Shanann's in many ways. Of course, if you have to use the energy correctly for it to truly be a strength, but I think she definitely did have it. But I think, as I've definitely done with partners before, some qualities that she envisioned that he would have, he truly didn't have. Because as many of us have observed, he's a really spineless chameleon, pliable excuse of a human being that just conforms to what the strongest woman in his life wants him to be. And he's very good at observing and then mocking, So I think exactly, again, what you're saying is right, that he wasn't much of a help because he was basically like a cardboard cutout.
Yeah, and I see what you guys are saying in chat, and I recognize that he did the bath time, and he did
true.
what he was supposed to do, but he was never initiative of.
He was not emotionally supportive.
He wasn't emotionally supportive, and he didn't initiate anything for the girls. He just kind of went along with whatever Shanann did.
He was good at following instructions.
he followed instructions and he came to resent her. I mean, as a
Yep.
result. So,
Well,
I mean,
he
he
followed
just,
instructions as best he could because there have been countless times where she was like, "Here, I'll do it. Don't worry about it." He was about to make dinner, but I'm going to do it. And it's just, for me, when the honeymoon phase was before the children, and then when he started using Thrive, he got into shape, and suddenly the honeymoon phase began with somebody else.
That's
So
right. That's
the
right.
unfortunate truth is he let his I've
Yeah.
admitted this in countless lives, so I don't know if I did in the past ones here. Back when I was younger, before I moved to Philly, I used to cheat all the time. Every girl I was ever with, and if they're in here, I'm sorry, I regret it. I apologize.
Darn it,
Um,
allegedly. I knew
we're
it.
sorry to
It's-
the
it's-
trail of destruction allegedly is left behind.
Well, it's a factor that you have those when you have bad priorities in life. You're like, oh, I want love, but love revolves around sex only. You start to you have sex, and then you move on to another person that wants to have sex, and it's whoever gives you attention. So I outgrew that. When I finally moved to Philly, I was like, hey, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm changing my entire life. And I started seeing a lot of things. For Chris, he wasn't like, the best looking guy. He played baseball and stuff when he was in school, but that doesn't mean he was wanted like by anybody.
Right.
He could have had weird qualities, like that kid that sits alone.
He
in the
obviously
cafeteria.
did.
He was,
Yeah.
Right.
he was
And
very shy or weird or
Yeah.
whatever.
his mother
kind of an
said it
outcast.
too.
Yeah.
So when you think about that mindset, and then suddenly, you're on social media and he's brand new to it, and he's like, oh, look, a girl that, this girl's cute. And his mom's like, oh, he never talked to anybody. Well, moms are always going to try to make you look like a saint. It happens all the time. It doesn't matter whether you were or weren't. So for him, he had that honeymoon phase, let's court her, let's woo her as much as humanly possible. And then they had children. And he was like, well, now I'm just going to be the guy who stays home. And she's like, no, try Thrive. And he gets into shape. And suddenly people are saying hi to him. And Nikki Kassinger was one of them, was probably the primary one. And
the reason he was trying Thrive was the same as the reason I believe that Cece all of a sudden had tree nut allergies. It was because it was a marketing tool for Thrive products. I
definitely.
believe that.
It was
Yeah.
definitely marketing.
The thing that you learned during the case, but nobody really paid attention to, they just thought, oh, he put the patch on and became a, really good looking guy. You have to work out. And that's why every time she was like, oh, he's doing push-ups or sit-ups. I'm not her, but Nikki Kassinger was like, he was always doing push-ups or sit-ups. Well, you have to work out. You just can't put on a patch and go, hey, whoa, I'm a Superman. So for him, it revolved around the kids and working out, and they became comfortable. Like when you're in a relationship and suddenly it goes from running to the bathroom to farting on the couch going, hey, what was that? 1 to 10. What would you rate it? That's where he was. He was comfortable, and he's like, oh, I go to work, I come home, and I take care of the kids. But he also had Nikki on the side. So
yeah,
for her, it's all attention. Oh my goodness, here's all these medical problems that need to be addressed. And if there's medical problems, and for most people, especially me, if your child was hanging out with us, I'd be like, okay, what do I need to do to make sure your child lives? I don't want anything bad to happen. Right. So you pay more attention to it.
Sure. Yeah.
He was just torn. He wanted to have that freedom. He never experienced the let's go out and do all this fun stuff. But with Nikki, he did. Oh, wow, I'm going to go, sand surfing, and I'm going to go do this. And we're making plans to go overseas. Oh, my goodness. His life that he should have had from 18 to 29 to 30 was now, boom, right in front of him. And he has kids, and then he has another kid on the way.
Yeah. She definitely studied Chris Watts, in my opinion, and knew how to play to his likes and kind of whip him up into a frenzy. I believe that. I'm sorry if you guys disagree with me on that, but
I agree with that.
But back to what you were saying earlier, I believe, and to be fair, I believe Chris had a pattern too of basically just like quitting one thing and like going balls to the wall to another thing, like he did with his parents, like Kelly was mentioning earlier about like just telling his parents, I have Shanann now, I don't need you. Well, it was kind of the same thing with Nikki. Like, I have Nikki now, I don't need you, family.
Pattern. Exactly. That's right. And wait, just one second. I love what you're saying, but I just want to, because it's relevant to everything. Sis Vicious wisely says, well, sometimes the grass looks greener on the other side, but you know what? It's just not your fucking grass. Very well said.
Not only that, sometimes it looks better because the other party is taking care of stuff
Yeah,
that you aren't.
Yeah.
So,
exactly. Like they're
Yeah.
watering their grass, they're fertilizing their grass,
Yep.
they're doing
right.
what needs to be done. You can't just, you know,
And what
covet
you're doing
thy
now is,
neighbor's grass.
and what you're
Mhm.
trying to do is live a life you should have had many years prior, before
Mhm.
Shanann even. He should have
Right.
had that life. But when you don't have that life, like, there's no body shaming. And I said this in the chat when I said, you know, he was overweight. Well, it's the same with people that are overweight, that lose weight. Suddenly, that great person, you know, that would, you know, be there for you is now a total dick and not
Yeah.
anywhere around or talking down to you. Now
That's
that they're
right.
in shape because they had their tummy tucked and they had their thing stapled, they're like, I'm better than you because I work out now. No, dude, you didn't lose any of that weight. You had it suctioned out of you. So you're no
Right,
better than
right.
anybody else. But for him, he worked out. That was the thing. And you saw that in his video, that little PowerPoint that he put on about this is why people shouldn't do this because you cheat. Ironic. But everything he stated, he was stating as a heavier guy. But look at him now when he's not heavy. Before he's like, don't do this because you'll cheat. Now he's like, I'm going to do this secretly and cheat. Totally different persona because of his lifestyle.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah.
Well,
It's
I agree
wild.
too, allegedly. I mean, there's so many layers to this, and
There's so many layers. Yeah.
you know, and I totally see everybody's side in chat. So like, I'm sorry if you think I'm, you know, coming off too strong or whatever, but
It's okay. You don't have to apologize for yourself. Your
I see-
opinions are
no
well
way.
educated and founded. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
see
love
Chris's
hearing
side,
that.
and I see Shanann's side. I see all sides, and
I do too.
it's kind of, you know, you have
The
to be
hardest
able to
part-
look at it objectively to
The
know.
I think so. And I
exactly
think
what led to this.
I think the most important thing to do is to tell the story honestly and accurately. And I believe this wholeheartedly. I think the most respectful thing you can do to Shanann and her memory and her legacy is to tell her story as it was and not try to edit it in some way that you think is the way that it should be told now because of what happened, because that's a load of bullshit. And I'm kind of tired of, you know, feeling like I have to conform with that, editing her story the way that we believe that the greater society or the shiners or whatever want to hear it, because that's not best for anyone watching this video, for myself, for you, for Shanann, for the people that need to come to terms with that terrible loss that they endured by losing her and the little girls. Like, that's not good for anyone. So I just can no longer play that game. Homie can't play that game anymore.
Here's the thing that I want to point out, and this is the thing that I look at whenever I look at any case. One, Chris Watts is alive right now. Everything he says, we have to take as real. Even if we don't agree with him or we think he's lying. We can't hear Shanann's side. We don't
That's
hear
right.
her
That's right.
defend herself saying, look, the reason that I said this is
That's
because
right.
I wanted to promote Thrive. I also said this because I wanted Chris to look good so he could be on camera. We can't hear her argument. So whatever
That's
Chris
right.
is saying is a load of crap completely. Doesn't matter if it's true or not, because he's the only one left alive to tell the story.
That's right. And it is always good and so critical to keep in mind that, you know, Shanann's story, although I do, you know, I feel it should be told for what it was, you know, stopped at this one moment in time. I know that those of you that have been with the channel, we talk about this a lot. And, you know, how many of us would want to be judged on really this one moment in time when, you know, some parts of ourselves or, you know, what was going on in our lives weren't their very best, because she was in, you know, she wasn't a baby, but she was what, like 34. She was still very young. She was a young mother, meaning had young children. She had so much to learn and grow and mature and grow wiser. And she never got that opportunity because the most precious thing or things she could ever have, her own life and the lives of her beautiful children, were taken. So please, that is not lost on anyone here. Just everyone do know that.
And I want to say to that, Kelly, thank you for mentioning that, because I have learned a lot from studying this case, not only about, evil lurking in the strangest of places, but,
Yeah.
how I learned from Shanann. Because I
Yeah.
identify with her. I have little girls. I'm a mom of 3. I understand a lot of where she's coming from.
Mhm.
And I've made some decisions in my life based on decisions that she made that I've personally learned from. So,
That's right.
thank
Yeah,
you
exactly.
for that, Shanann. And, I will never
Yeah.
forget you, and I'll never forget your babies. And I'm so sorry this happened to you.
I feel the exact same way.
I
Yeah.
agree.
But
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you guys go. Have a good night, everyone.
All right.
Thanks
Love
for
you,
being
It was
so
honey.
kind
awesome
in
being on
chat.
here with you.
Yeah. Take care, sweetheart. Thank you for
Guys.
coming up. Thank you for
Take
I
care.
do
everything.
want to
Bye.
say one thing, if it's okay,
Yeah, of
Kelly.
course.
Everybody, please just like and subscribe. It's free.
Thank you.
100% free. She's not asking for anything from anyone, but if you did that, it would help her tremendously. Also, Kelly, thank you so much for bringing all this awareness for every video you make, every live you hold, and every voice that you make possible.
Aw, thank you so much. That means like so much to me. You have no idea. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
But since
Yeah.
she's about 40 minutes over her 20 minutes, I'm going to jump off
I
camera
know.
so that she can
Oh,
close out.
you're awesome. Thank you. You're the best, allegedly. And DC Primetime. Thank you guys so much for coming up on panel. Always have the best people in chat, best panelists, best moderator. You guys are just awesome. And I saw that, a couple people, had just said, Bella, and a couple other people are just saying it's great that we can have these conversations respectfully. So that is always our expectation on this channel. This is not a high drama place to be. I think that, the good thing about that is if you are able to do that, to not be the high drama place to be, you can talk about some of the more sensitive or triggering or polarizing topics that, like DC Primetime just said so well, are the topics of discussion that we actually learn and grow from and consider and reflect on and make better choices for ourselves. And really, 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 that is what this is all about. And that is all it is about. As I don't even need to defend it any further. That's what we're doing. So with that, I am going to go because I do have to get better from this COVID stuff, but I appreciate all of you so much. Nancy, and thank you especially for reminding me that I was supposed to be here this evening. I actually dozed off a little bit, but I didn't want to make you guys feel bad by saying, I dozed off a little bit because of COVID. And thank you so much, moderators. You're wonderful. Subscribers, members, and new members, everybody, welcome. You are all amazing. And remember, if I owe you an email, I'm sorry, but for the love of God, don't hold your breath. I got a lot to get to. But I will get to you because everything you say is important to me. So, all right, tomorrow night, guys, 9 p.m. We've got Kylie Rodney. Let me just show you what the thumbnail is like because I really am just starting to not have words left. So you can get a feel for what the stream is going to be. Click back. And allegedly in DC Primetime, I really appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much. Love your honesty, and thank you so much for your support of the channel and everyone else for your support of the channel. Okay. Oops, that's not what I want to do, right? Let's see. Sleep. It's going to be good. Cool. Okay, so can I make this bigger? I don't know if I can. Not yet, not till it's actually a stream. So, okay. Lies and motive calculations at the lake, meaning one thing that myself and part of the What's the Obsession team have determined is how far away from what I really do believe, I really believe, is Kylie's car going into the lake. And we have to the best of my and our knowledge, and there have been a few people working on this, looking into it, authentic video. I know some people are saying it's like a bullshit video. It's not authentic. Will I ever know that for sure? Will you ever know that for sure? I don't know, because there's a lot in this case that nobody has a clue about. So what we do have is what can be determined to be the most authentic video. There's no suspect things about it. It wasn't from one of the verifiable, not authentic sources, whatever. But we've been able to calculate how far away the other cars were from Kylie Rodney's car when it was going into Prosser Lake Reservoir around 12:33, 33 minutes after midnight. That would be early in the morning of August 6th, this past summer. It's very interesting. I don't think there's anything like there out there like this yet. Don't anybody go and do this before my live stream tomorrow night at 9 p.m. where I'm going to have to, I don't know why. I can't threaten people. I'm just kidding. But it's extremely interesting. It's extremely interesting, and a whole lot more. Oops, I should have done that, I guess. So without further ado, they are great mods, excellent mods. You guys are amazing. Bedtime is calling. Everybody be safe. Thank you all so much for being here and for all that you do. Hi, Liardi. Aw. I'm so happy you're here. Tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Be there, be square, girl. And we still have to, I've had COVID for a couple weeks. I haven't been doing much. Because I've been ready to come back around to your NK and federal prison theory, which actually has gained a little bit of traction in my opinion, only because it's been my research in my head where this has happened. But we definitely need to talk about it. And then I'd love to hear from the rest of you. Also, Kurt Stacy, really awesome to see you tonight too, and everybody else. So, all right, guys, hope to see you tomorrow. Love y'all. Be safe. I have no more advice. Mwah.